might also. Ah, we're live. We
We
are
are
live.
live.
Are we actually?
Okay, 2 and 1.
No, we were live a minute ago.
Oh, you were live a minute ago, and this is a great start to the Cosplay Collective podcast. Hello, everybody. If we actually have any viewers at the moment, this is the Cosplay Collective podcast, where sometimes we do speak about cosplay, but today this is our first episode, so we will be speaking about ourselves being vain bitches.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to start off with Lex, and I'm going to let Lex discuss who he is and what he does. Whilst I drink my brew.
Okay. Hello. I'm Lex. Everyone else knows me as Lex Pool or LX Cosplay.
Alex.
Yeah, basically anything with Lex in apparently, or LX. I'm a cosplayer, but I'm professionally a prop maker, a designer, and a robotics engineer, which I integrate into my costumes. And I live in Wales, which is desolate.
That's a bit of a trek to you to get down to London when I come to think about it.
4 hours driving to get there and 4 hours back.
Wow. No, thank you. I think I'll take the train.
So I leave at about 5 o'clock in the morning to get there, so I make sure I get in time to get a car park space.
Yeah, I think we'll swap over to Leah and David. Which one of you two wants to go first?
Ladies first, apparently then.
Ladies first.
Well, I'm Leia, named after the princess in Star Wars, because my parents are just
Awesome geeks.
as I am, yeah. People probably know me as Ginger Snap on Facebook and Instagram and that kind of thing. So I've been cosplaying for about 10 years, but taking commissions and making my own outfits for about 5. Yeah, pretty much into anything nerdy, video games, scary film, kind of stuff. Bit of a geek.
Yay! Yay, girl geeks! Woo! I'll let David go next, and then I'll go last.
Alright, I'm Dave. Most people know me as the Tattooed Deviant. Some call me Parker because of my Spider-Man obsession.
Woo, Spider-Man!
Yeah. By trade, martial arts instructor. By night, superhero. I've been cosplaying for about 10 months. Believe it or not, I got my first. I'm a baby. I decided I just wanted a Spider-Man t-shirt, Spider-Man suit, because I'd been a fan for about 20 years, and I thought, sorry, it's about time I got a suit. And then I could actually start going to conventions and stuff, and then met Leia, and I realised I could start doing other costumes as well, so I went from there.
At least, like me, I ended up. I'll talk about myself a little bit. I'm Damien. I don't actually have any sort of cosplay page.
Yet.
But I am an avid yet. Most probably Cape and Cowl cosplay by the sounds of it. From Manchester, I've been cosplaying for about 4 or 5 years now. Started off doing steampunk stuff. Then I moved on to doing Riddler costume, then more Batman stuff, Nightwing, Red Hood, and this year I did Night Owl, which I'm quite happy with. What else? Oh yeah, engineer as well. I'm a fully qualified engineer. That's what I spend my actual job doing. Sadly, I can't do this.
You guys.
How was mine a grown-up job?
Okay.
What's yours is a grown-up job?
It's not. Not really.
Occupational therapist.
Yeah, but I mess with people for a living.
You fix people.
She fixes people. Just got this idea of her grabbing a bag out with like a hammer and a spanner.
No, literally. Like she works in a hospital, just like slamming people back together. It's not as dislocated. Hold on, snap.
Riding on the keyboard, playing with the Wii. No, the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, all right.
You know what? That was one. It's a console that I actually own but don't use, and the only game that I've got for it that I actually use is Dead Space Extraction.
There's one there. It's in the box. Where did we get it out?
No, we got it out so I could play Mario Kart, and that's about it.
Oh, Mario Kart, what a game.
I've been going to the
Eurogamer.
Eurogamer. They're doing a tournament there for the Mario Kart 8.
Don't enter, I'll embarrass you.
Oh, that sounds so good. That'd be really good. I'd love to be.
I've never played Mario Kart. I'll put my hands up. I've never played Mario Kart.
You've never played Mario
I'm
Kart.
not really a Nintendo fan. I'm more of a Assassin's Creed type player. Or
I do enjoy a bit of Assassin's Creed until they went on the whole pirate front with it. You're either a pirate or a ninja. You can't mix the two. So.
But did people not grow up with Nintendo? Nintendo was like what?
Nintendo was my first console, NES, the original NES. In fact, my Eurogamer cosplay involved me incorporating the Duck Hunt gun.
Oh, that's good.
Still got it.
That's really good. You know what? It's really hard to get hold of them.
The original NES. I've still got the original gun. I've got Mario, the cartridge that was Mario, the first Mario and Duck Hunt, Ninja Turtles, Mario 3, Mario 3.
That's a game. Ninja Turtles. What a game.
Yeah.
My first console, I think, was my Game Boy Pocket. I've still got it and the original box.
Oh,
Game Boy Pocket. How old are you? No, as in like that's quite like my original Game Boy was the big chunky grey one.
Proper one, yeah.
I mean, one of them.
I feel old.
That's not an original, surely.
Yeah, original.
That's the original right there.
It's 89.
Oh.
No, I never got the original. I then went. My brother had the Pocket, then he moved on and gave me the Pocket. So I'm 20. By the way, I'm 23.
Oh, geez.
Everyone's so much older than me.
I'm 23, but I still own an original. Well, God, my video games base is now massive. Sega Mega Drive, N64, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, you name it. I've got pretty much every single one since '92.
Sweet.
Legend.
I don't have them here.
I've got a PS currently over in on my console shelf. I've got a PS4, PS3, and an Xbox 360 running. That's all I need.
Oh.
I'm happy with that.
I've got a PS3 and I can't remember the last time I played it together.
I've got the,
I think
can I?
I've still got a game.
I've got the GameCube. Actually, oddly enough, I was playing on Super Smash Bros. Melee yesterday on GameCube.
Resident Evil 4.
Oh, have you had the remake in the Resident Evil series in HD?
Yeah, it's an HD version of the GameCube remake, isn't it?
Is it the HD of the GameCube, or is it actually the first one that's been HD?
It's the GameCube version that's been remade, apparently.
Not too bad. It's a good scary game. I mean, it's not the world's best scary game. That I'd have to go to Silent Hill 2.
Well,
But...
I was a kid when I was a kid and I played that for the first time with my brother. We open the bit where you open the door and you see right at the beginning when you see the zombie eating that guy's brain, threw the pad down and ran off.
No, I was definitely scared of Silent Hill. Silent Hill was the game that scared me the most.
Silent Hill is still one of the scariest games to date, I think.
Silent Hill 2.
Best horror ones. Loved it. I do think that.
I don't play scary games.
Best game ever there, I said it.
Oh. No, my best game.
My
best game has to be Left 4 Dead 2. Left 4 Dead 2 is the one that I play every single night if I get a chance to.
Never played it.
Zombie
Left 4 Dead
Survivor.
I've played, not played Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, Left 4 Dead 2 is far better.
Like, did you say Lex Stealth? You're like Hitman and that kind of stuff.
I'm more of a stealth sort of game, or Skyrim. Anything like that. I love free roam. I love basically any free roam game like Assassin's Creed or any stealth games like Splinter Cell. They're what I'm into.
I'm guessing Lex has played the new Black Flag Assassin's Creed. What did you think about the fact that they got rid of loading times on there as well?
Got rid of what?
Loading times. You know when you jump off the ship and you automatically just are able to run around? You used to have loading times on it.
I honestly loved the whole naval combat system and be able to sail the sea, but my favourite Assassin's Creed game will always be Assassin's Creed 2 because it was an Origin. It had really nice cities and everything like that, and it didn't have any sort of gimmicks like I mean, let's face it, the whole naval combat is great, and I'm looking forward to Rogue as well, which has that again. But which has only got announced yesterday. But I'm really looking forward to Unity, getting back to the cities, getting back to like proper just parkour. And,
Yeah, definitely.
You know, sailing around or anything. I want to be in Paris. I want to be in London. I'm looking forward to all the later ones. And they're saying about the whole splitting the franchise now, having some which have a lot of naval sort of combat, and some which are more sort of based in cities. That's what some people reckon.
Brother,
Well, I'm looking forward to Unity, being able to have 4 players at once. That's really impressed me.
Wait, have you found out about Rogue?
It's taken them so long to put the Splinter Cell stealth mode into for Ubisoft to actually put that into an Assassin's game, where you can actually crouch down behind stuff instead of just standing there like that.
Oh yeah.
Just.
I mean, how long's the franchise been going for now? Like, I know.
So
I might have the original game in my thing, so I might be able to tell you that one.
Have you guys seen the trailer for Assassin's Creed Rogue?
No, not yet.
Right, it got announced yesterday. It's set between Assassin's Creed 4 and Assassin's Creed 3, and you play as an assassin turned Templar, and you've got all of the sort of free roam and everything, like you did in Assassin's Creed 4, but in a brand new area, you know, not too far into, no, maybe a few years ahead.
Yeah.
And so rather than having all this lush paradise, you've got icebergs and everything around. And it's only on older gen consoles. So new gen
that's
new
good.
gen get Unity, older gen gets Rogue, which really is annoying because now I'm going to have to buy 2 Assassin's Creed games on the same day.
I
feel exactly.
Play one and then buy the other. You know, it'll be half price in a week anyway.
I don't
Well,
know.
at least you know.
No, I've got to have special edition. I love the statues.
You know what? At least you don't have to do what I do. I buy everything on PC. I have to wait a further 6 to 12 months for any game I want.
How's Grand Theft Auto 5 going for you?
We don't talk about Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC. I'm talking about figurines.
How much cosplay have we actually mentioned so far?
We mentioned that
Yeah, let's go back to cosplay, shall we?
We've mentioned that we do cosplay. At the moment, the 3 people that decided that they're going to tune in.
Wait, no.
Oh, have we got a new ID? Oh, who's this? I think it might be public. This might be a bit public now.
Change that. Lewis,
Oh.
there's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be here.
But it doesn't matter.
I'm going to post it on Facebook, so...
Yeah,
I don't know what he's
I'm
done.
not sure why it's gone to public group rather than closed group. But hello, Lewis. Welcome to the Collective Cosplay podcast.
all I need to see is Falcon has invaded the hangout.
It's an open group. Everyone's welcome.
Yeah, we're quite happy to have people come in and just to talk about their cosplays as well. So far, we actually haven't talked one bit about cosplay.
We're talking about the fact that we all cosplay. We haven't mentioned what we do.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of talk of Assassin's Creed and
Video games.
Right,
general
let's get back to cosplay, shall we?
Right, so you know what? I'm going to
Namely-
start off with Lex. I want to see where Lex is up to with his cosplay because I've been seeing some pictures recently and it looks good.
Right, I this morning started sculpting the leg for Groot, which is over half the height that I am. And
it'll be an interesting cosplay when it's finished.
Oh,
yeah,
just
it's going to be massive. That's the thing. I reckon it's going to be 7 foot tall, and he's crouching. So if he wasn't crouching, it'd be like 8 foot, and I'd also probably break my leg if I fell over.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're going to have to try and keep you.
Well, we'll spot you for Saturday.
Yeah,
don't worry.
definitely.
Well, yeah, because you guys are all doing Guardians of the Galaxy, whereas I'm probably.
Well, I'm doing Gamora, I'm doing Star-Lord, which is quite funny actually, because I decided I was going to do Star-Lord next year, and then as soon as the credits started rolling up after we'd been to see it, Leia turned to me and was like,
I haven't seen it yet. I'm meant to be seeing it today.
No spoilers,
I'm not going to
no
put any
spoilers.
spoilers, I'm a non-spoiler kind of guy, but as soon as the
Thank
credits rolled up, she turned to me and said, are you going to get your your cosplay sorted out for October, and it was like, oh, I guess I can. So I started rushing around. I put everything else on hold and brought Star-Lord forward, which is quite annoying, really, because like everybody that I know, every other male cosplayer apart from Lex is doing Star-Lord.
It's a popular thing. It's always like something comes out. People do what they.
Someone has requested though that I have to challenge someone to a random dance-off. So
that sounds fair to me. I'll video that. I'll video that and put it on YouTube. Oh, you're getting along with yours later because you're doing you're doing Guardians of the Galaxy as well. I can't remember what she's called.
Yeah. My airbrush thing arrived today, so I'm going to try that out a bit later.
So I get to spray her in the face, and this time it's with paint.
That's not very appropriate. You mean like fake tan or something? That's what you mean.
But this year, because I've literally bought the tickets this morning for October. Actually, I've got them this morning. And this year I'm just
as I expected them to.
Yeah, I was impressed with that actually. I was expecting them to sell out by at least yesterday, but I'm pretty.
Well, they said they were limiting them, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were limiting some of them, and then I thought.
Well, I don't think you can buy them on the door, can you?
No, they're not selling them on the door.
No, they don't sell them on door now. You have to buy them all online.
To be honest, I think that's quite smart considering how busy it was last time.
Yeah.
Well, I was before we actually started the podcast, I was talking to Lex about how at MCM Manchester, as you all turned up, there was actually somebody that I know who on the Sunday he had a weekend pass. What it is, he went through with the weekend pass on the Sunday, came out, and as he got stamped on, took the wristband off, tied it onto his girlfriend. His girlfriend went through, got stamped, and they were both stamped all day, and they didn't need a weekend pass because the stamps work separate for the days. Yeah. So hopefully they won't be doing anything like that for London.
That's a bit. But the thing is that the London Manchester was actually one of the better ones that we've been to.
Yeah, the atmosphere was a lot better. It was a lot with it being a smaller venue. It was just a bit quieter. I mean, a few people went a bit nuts with the pictures and everything, but which, to be fair, if you're in costume, you want people.
Yeah. The problem was,
and then complain about it.
The problem was the queue times for general entry, and it's a good job that they've got rid of that for London. But the general entry time for Manchester was 4.5 hours queue time.
Oh God! I have a friend who was out there. He was out there for the entire time. He only got maybe 2 hours in the actual event.
There were a lot of people complaining about it.
But the thing is, if you don't book your ticket, that's what you get.
Yeah, that's what you get.
And honestly, if you love the events, as soon as the tickets go on sale for priority, get a priority.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Definitely.
We get like a few times now. We've got a priority ticket, but we don't go at the priority time.
Yeah, we don't go on the. We've done it twice, and we've got the priority, and we haven't bothered with the Friday. But I think this time we're going to do the Friday more for being out of cosplay.
Bit more.
Yeah. See, the thing is,
I'm still going to cosplay, but I don't think it's going to be because on the Friday I'm going to do Ken Masters from Street Fighter, and I don't think that people are going to be that into that cosplay. So I think I'm going to get more chance to walk around.
Yeah, and actually see what's there.
My plan for, and I do at every con now, is you go on Friday in a lightweight costume that you can easily walk around the halls without getting stopped too much. Do all your shopping, buy everything that you want to buy. Then Saturday and Sunday you cosplay, and then at the last hour of the Sunday, that's when you go back in the halls because there's less people in and everything's reduced.
Very fair point.
It's
ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
All I can say is, remember, we do have a YouTube channel which you can go onto and see the beginner's guide to Comic Con.
We'll have to do that, Lex. We'll have to do that, Damien. We'll have to do it.
But yeah. The thing is that like I've made sure that the tickets are on sale. I've made sure that I've got the tickets booked and everything for this year, and I've decided that I'm not going to cosplay for the Friday. I'll cosplay on Saturday, and on Sunday I haven't quite decided yet because I want to do some videoing, get some pictures with you guys, and sort everything out.
Whilst you're there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean you could always, stash your camera somewhere or something, and it'd be.
It's like Lex said as well. If you do it in a sort of more lightweight kind of costume. Something that's not going to get. I mean, a few people are going to want pictures of you, but you're not going to get hounded like you do sometimes. And
I might just put me old Riddler costume on, because the old Riddler costume nobody really paid too much attention to, and it's just a good way of me. Like, I pretty much wear a blazer and a shirt everywhere I walk anyway.
See, the Friday,
dirty black top.
the Friday, I have got a cosplay lined up. It's not very far at the moment, but I haven't revealed any details of it yet.
Oh, are we going
Oh, sneak it.
Exciting.
Yeah, we've got. I've just realised we do have another person in the chat room at the moment. Lewis, what do you cosplay as?
Well, it depends. This is actually October's my first time cosplaying, so.
Yay!
Yay!
And I
So
was
what
quite-
did
You want to do?
Sorry, what was that?
Any idea what you want to cosplay as?
Well, I got a few. I'm waiting. I've ordered a few costumes, just waiting for them to arrive. I'm not skilled enough to make it my own, so you know.
well, you learn the skill up in no time.
Honestly,
Oh,
I make half of my costumes up as I go along. I never plan them. They just sort of like, I'll have an idea and I'll think, oh, I'll give that a try, and it either works or ends up literally blowing up in my face, and then it's back to square one. So.
See, I'm the opposite. I plan mine because I have to spend months on them. See, Groot, I started at the end of May, and here's a little spoiler. If Groot works out for October, then as soon as October MCM is over, I'm working on another big costume for next May,
Ooh.
and that will be an Iron Man Hulkbuster suit.
Oh
same
yeah, I
way
heard about
Do the
this.
Hulkbuster, man.
Be in Age of Ultron.
Epic.
Because if you're gonna do it, go big.
Yeah. Oh no!
Plus,
I'm going
plus it
to
helps because
apologise right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to apologise right now. The capture software has just decided to stop halfway through the capture, so we've only got 21 minutes worth of film. So next time I'm going to have to get myself a better capture for the screen.
Why are you doing capture?
Because it's going on to YouTube later on.
You don't need that. You can click the YouTube button and it
The,
does
the,
it for you.
the YouTube button wasn't for setting up to the YouTube channel for some strange bloody reason, so I thought I'd capture it and then be able to edit it when need be. Shame. Oh well.
Are we
At least
still on, or are we just...
we're still live. We're still live broadcasting. It's just we've the halfway through the capture's gone.
Okay. We're still
well.
learning. We're still learning.
We're still learning. This is our first podcast. We will get there.
I was just sitting there thinking, what the hell is capture? This is
They're using words I don't understand.
I use this thing. It's called a laptop,
Yeah.
and it's got like
It's got a camera on the top
thing
of
in
it.
Yeah.
And it goes in your lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world's most perfect thing.
I had a laptop for about 4 years until I realised that that's what it meant. I thought lap stood for something. Oh yeah, it just fits there.
At least it's not like you could get a MacBook and then try and figure out what Mac stands for.
Or the fact that it's not a book.
Yeah.
It's like, where are the words?
But yeah, I'm kind of hoping to do a bit of cosplay this year for October. I'm actually sorting something out with Lex, so that me and Lex are going to be in the same hotel group, so that I'll be staying with Lex for the 3 days. I've now got.
Oh, that's so sweet. You just come out live on.
Thank you, darling.
Smile then.
The only way I can afford to go is if I share with people.
I don't disagree with him. I don't disagree with him. Whatever happens with him, happens with him. He can go off and do whatever he wants.
No, I'm just going to walk around as Groot and go to and find all the hot girls and go, I've got wood.
Oh.
By the way, the costume will have a loudspeaker in it, and I've been practicing my Vin Diesel Groot impression as much as I can.
The fact that that's
It's better from there rather than on here, but hopefully it'll work. But also, I'm putting a servo in the mouth so that I can open it with a button.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. You know what? I wish you had this.
The only place you can walk around and get laid by simply saying, I am Groot.
I am Groot. Also, I'm hoping I could possibly fit an iPod to also work on the same speaker, so if I could push another button, it might start playing Hooked on a Feeling.
No, that'd be cool.
Me and you need to have a chat because there's part of my cosplay that I'm working on actually at the moment. So me and you'll have a chat later on.
Sounds good.
You two made a video the other day for Kia.
Sorry, what was that, Damien?
I said you two made a video the other day for Kia where you're both in the car. I saw that. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was it was a Snapchat.
Hooked on a Feeling, yeah.
What's on a feeling?
And we got some looks, some actual looks.
We seem to have this thing at the moment where we Snapchat ourselves like either acting like knobs or singing songs to people.
Yeah, I've had 2 already, and I only edited you yesterday.
Count yourself up to get the picture that she was sending everyone.
Yeah.
I'm the only person that doesn't have Snapchat.
Wait a second, I've just realised my Snapchat has another one from Leia right now.
I don't know whether it's appropriate or not. I've got no idea.
Is it appropriate to show the camera?
Possibly. I think it's the rain one.
Okay, you guys are very soaked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm actually blaming Leah and David for the weather that's just passed over my house because it's absolutely pissing it down right now.
What if I told you it hasn't rained for... What if I told you it hasn't rained for 2 days and it's sunny here and I'm going to go for a swim after this?
I'd say bite me.
But you live in Wales. How is it not raining in Wales?
Because it's actually really nice here most of the time. The only rain we've had here was like 2 days ago. It chucked it down in the evening. Other than that, we've had sun and hot weather.
That kind of reminds me actually, because we actually did really well for Manchester this year because it didn't rain. Oh no, it did. It did on first day,
Yes,
didn't
it
it? Yeah, it rained on first day.
It rained when I was queuing to get in the priority entry, and then they let us in. And when I was let in, then everyone in the general entry started queuing up and got soaked. Utterly soaked.
It was really weird when we were queuing up for MCM Manchester because everyone was queuing up, and then this guy came and said, "You're queuing for the sake of queuing. Just everybody come forward and you can get inside." So we went, and everybody else stood there, and we got in. So.
See, did you hear people complain though, saying, "Oh, we've been stuck in the rain. Our costumes ruined," and I'm kind of thinking, should have probably accounted for the rain a bit.
One, and I'm going to sound like I'm a whinger now. One, functional. Make your cosplay functional. If you're going to be
you're telling that to a guy who's dressing as a 8-foot Groot.
It's functional.
Dress functional, Legs. Dress functional.
It's functional and waterproof.
Well, the waterproof.
And can dock an iPod. So.
That's brilliant. Make it functional. Make it as comfortable as possible.
Oh
and
no,
like,
mine's not going to be comfortable.
No, that doesn't. There's no comfortable in mine either.
No.
My Robin's not particularly comfortable.
Stuff you all then, alright?
Alright.
You make your own, okay?
I'm getting told off now, so I'm just going to take a step back.
The referee has spoken.
Yeah, basically, if you're going to go to con, make sure you got something on you which can keep you waterproof, even if it's a massive bin liner.
We ended up hiding underneath when the rain came down at MCM London. I mean, I felt sorry for the guy in the Iron Man suit. There was a guy in a fully operational Iron Man suit. Like, it made the noises and the helmet came up and it made all the electronic noise and everything. And when it came absolutely hammering it down in London back in May, it shorted all of his circuitry out. So his visor got stuck halfway. And it ruined his cosplay.
This
There was
is
a girl
the
behind him.
problem with some materials used, is that certain materials will get ruined in
wet weather.
And also, if, for example, if you make a costume out of foam, do expect it to possibly get broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I ended up making a costume for last year for MCM Manchester, and I made a full Dead Space costume for my little brother. And we stepped outside. First time that he put it on, all the lights and everything worked. It chucked it down, and then the helmet lights went off.
Yeah.
So all we had was the rig, and it's the one that, like, if anything, you should make your costumes as functional as possible, especially weatherproofed.
Yeah.
Kia was getting changed into his bat suit, and he put one of the gauntlets on, and it broke off.
That's
Yeah, I
Repair.
talked.
basically
I
just
talked
Need a
to
repair
him, and he said the
kit.
paint was flaking.
Mm.
see repair. We
He
just
said the paint was flaking.
repair.
It's like
Was he using spray paint?
No, he used like a
I
primer.
don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he'd made it badly. He'd done a really, really good job on it. It
Oh
was
no, he does a good job all the time.
It's just certain materials are prone to having certain things happen. So
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when we got caught in the rain, all the
Tequila,
plastic paint,
colada.
the plastic paint that I'd used is,
Getting caught in the
go
rain.
Sorry.
to go over my rotting costume, where the utility belt had been around it. When I pulled it off, it pulled some of the paint off. 'Cause with it being a plastic sort of spray, just literally you can just pick it all off and it goes back to the original colour. There's no.
see, one thing I found: if you're doing spraying, use car spray because it's really made to be able to
Yeah.
stand weather.
Yeah, that's the stuff I used. Like I was told, I put a thing up on the replica prop forum saying, originally I was going to use a Cybergoth RDX vest, and I just thought I'll just spray it because
Yeah.
it'll just take to the paint. But with it being a wakeboarder's protective vest, it was rigid and it was like this sort of rubbery sort of polyurethane,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't know what to do. So everyone recommended using car tire paint, this plastic paint, plastic. Or whatever it's called.
Plastico.
Ridiculously well, didn't it? But it
Plastico?
yeah, it just the wear and tear of Comic Con and the rain and everything. It knackered the back of it. The front of it's fine, but the back of it where the utility belt is attached.
At least you had some clothes on.
Yeah, but well, yeah.
Mm.
So Harley ended up in a state.
Harley was freezing.
Well,
But
I
I
found.
did the whole Batman thing. I've got my cowl out, and it was like my cape out and round.
See, when it chucked it down, I took the chest piece off my Deadpool suit and put it on my head, and that's protected me from the rain.
Well, I found
yeah,
that this.
I don't work with fabric and I don't work with latex. I use silicone rubber and I use polyurethane rubber and I use fiberglass, which all are very, very strong, pigmentable, materials. So
Well, I
don't
work with latex.
spray all of them.
Well, you said that and then just sort of leaned forward, yeah.
Yeah,
Latex.
Yeah, I work with latex. Yeah, I've got latex masks and everything.
Wait till into prop building. A lot of the props I work with are actual. They're already like adaptations. Yeah, like I bought a Nerf gun and then I just sprayed that up and weathered it so it looked realistic, and that's what I use as for Harley.
Which, by the way, you can do with Star-Lord because they released the Star-Lord Nerf gun.
Maybe I've already got one on order.
What's that from?
Deadpool. It's the Dead Space one.
That's very it's awesome.
I made that. It's from a Nerf gun, that actually as well. Yeah, it's from a Nerf gun, and it's got. This is actually made out of foam, which has been sprayed in bronze, and then that's it. Yeah, oh, it works. It's still a fully working Nerf gun.
Yeah, well, that's why I want to use the Nerf gun.
Wow, it works!
Well, it works, but hopefully the camera's. It's not in too bad a place.
I've got this guy.
Let's have a look. Oh, Groot! He's got a Groot mask. Yay!
This is resin. It's done on a process called rotorcasting, which basically involves putting resin into a mold and then putting the mold into a machine which spins it like an Easter egg, like they do. So it all coats the outside. And there's very few places in the UK that do it. Our studio here, we're one of the specialists in the UK, and the guy who builds them in the UK is only about 10 miles down the road. So I'm now integrating it into the costume building. This here, if you made that in fiberglass, I probably wouldn't be able to get it less than, a kilo and a half. This here is a kilo and a half, and I've made another one at a kilo. And that, perfectly strong. You can't break that.
That's
Well,
pretty
you were saying that it was going to be about 8 kilo your costume altogether, roughly. Which is it's anything.
It's going to be more than that. The torso itself is about 5 kilos. The legs will be a bit more, but bearing in mind, all of these areas are attached to different parts of me, and they're all going to be in a big rig. So nothing on its own should be too heavy. I mean, this head's going to be mounted on top of my head, and that won't be too bad.
Have you got any weight?
Sort of like hunched over like this, barely able to move.
Well, basically the entire thing works by my feet go into just above its feet. The legs bend out and then back to then hit where my hips are. So then its hips are where my hips are, and then its head is on top of my head. So the torso, I'm looking at the torso through
Oh, so
a
you're
lot
going to
of
actually be
reasons.
seeing, you're going to be looking through the torso.
Yeah, and then the forearms are fixed in place, but my arms come out and then into the forearms,
Ah,
which
right.
means I wear a black bodysuit underneath, which is going to be fun.
Yay for Zentai or morph suits.
Yeah, so pretty much that's how it works. So
3/4 of my cosplays are morphs.
You know what? I had the biggest problem with a morph suit this time round. My friend was going as Batwoman, and I ended up buying a morph suit from Japan, made to like her specs and everything.
Yeah.
And then when it came to having the print done on it, I had the print done on it, and I took it to a place that I wouldn't usually take it to, and the print started coming off. So I had to try and get rid of the print somehow off the front, and as I tried to get it off, it melted the Zentai, so I had to go out and buy myself a brand new morph suit that day to go and get another print made up on that day.
That's about time.
That's some cosplay problems right there.
That's what I thought the lame suits. You know, it looks like PVC, but it's not.
See,
Yeah.
I like that.
random people who are listening to this conversation are going, well, that makes no sense. And like the few cosplayers that we've actually got watching this live are going, mate, bad times, bad times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worn a morph suit. At uni, we had a 90s party, and I managed to win for morph suits a red Power Ranger one, morph suit.
Oh yay!
They had a competition for Halloween, and they were trying to for the summer, and they wanted designs for different ones. I submitted a design, it was in the top 5 and I won a morph suit. So I used the red Power Ranger one, and the main problem I had with it is I had to get someone to unzip me every time I had to go to the loo.
That's right. This is how we ended up.
Bear in mind,
This is how we
I
ended
was-
up. as a day.
This is how we ended up as a couple at LSCC. We met. Seriously,
Will you unzip me, please?
asking about how we were both going to LSCC over the MCM Expo
If you had a
page,
bigger bladder, we wouldn't be together.
and we met up. And then, because I managed to get my my ticket, I was working as an exhibitor on one of the stalls, and basically I got a ticket to just sell a couple of comics and to stand outside the stall in my Spidey suit and take pictures and then try and get people to come to the stall. And I ended up bumping into Leia, and I think one of the...
No, wait a minute, right, no, no.
Yeah, go on.
Even through his mask, you could sense the panic. He's like, "Can I borrow you for a minute, please?" And he just led me away. And he he needed unzipping. I got him out of his suit, and he just legged it. He didn't say thank you. Didn't say anything.
With good reason. It was either that or...
What he needed to do, came back. He's like, oh, thank you so much. And then that's how I'd really sort of see you without your mask.
The Spider-Man suit, like the one I've been using for the past 10 months, it's only got one zip in it, and it's like we tried putting a side zip in it, and it didn't work. So
that should be on the cosplay rules. Make sure you put a zip.
Yeah.
on the
well,
I completely forgot about that with cosplay.
I've got a new Spidey suit on its way, and it's got a U zip in it, and it's also got a hidden crotch zip as well. So we're all right.
Yay.
See, when I decided to make a Deadpool costume, my entire basis was, I don't want to have to wear a bodysuit because I want to be able to go to the toilet on my own. Which is why it was all regular clothes with armor all built over the top of it.
See,
Good thing you tried that.
Detach everything.
Whenever I get a suit, I'll get like a cat suit or something. I'll go for the two-way zips, and when you're searching for them, it brings up some strange stuff because I think people normally
Pretty good stuff.
people buy them normally for adult entertainment, and so you can zip it sort of all the way from the front, all the way up the back. But it means that I can go to the bathroom.
Well, the thing is like that Zentai that I had to wear this year, I made sure that the first thing that was put in it was a crotch zip.
You see, I didn't have that choice. The woman who was putting together my Spider-Man suit, very good seamstress, but she'd never done anything so intricate before. and especially with it being based on the Raimi movies, the webbing on it, there's a lot of webbing on it, and it all had to correspond. And there was no option of taking the mask off, which I wanted to do because the mask's attached to it. There was no option of putting an extra zipper in, and he gave an idea of putting a side zip in it so it didn't break the spider up on the back, or a hidden zip, and eventually it was just a case of, do you know what, we're going to have to put a hidden zip in it. And it's got two zips. It's got a small zip at the back of the neck so I can take the hood down, and it's got a zip that goes all the way down my back. But it just, to start with, I get a brilliant response, and I love the costume, but I have to limit what I drink and how often I go to the bathroom. So I think on what day did they wear it? Sunday, MCM Manchester Sunday. I think I went to the toilet once whilst I was there, and that was before I put the suit on properly. I turned up with it half on, went to the toilet, drank nothing, and that was it for like 6 hours.
Wow.
Oh, not following the rules. Keep hydrated.
There's a second cosplay I'm hoping to do next year, which will require a custom-made bodysuit. So I need to find someone who can do some sub-dye printing.
I know someone. I know someone. I know they get a bit of a bad rep sometimes, but
I can make the Photoshop file. I just need someone to print it really. And
okay, well, again, I'm chatting to you later about Guardians, so I'll chat to you about that as well.
Because I'm currently trying to lose weight and buff up so I can do a Steve Rogers Super Soldier suit from the comics, which is like the stealth suit from Captain America Winter Soldier, but it's what that one was based upon, but it's a lot more of a bodysuit.
Have you told them about the Avengers yet?
No. It's okay. You know, I said I bought a van a couple of weeks ago to do up, and I'm doing it up as a Captain America van. So it's Captain America, and at the back it's going to have the sign saying "Avengers Assemble."
This is why this works. This is why we all get on, because that is the coolest thing ever.
So this is why I'm doing Captain America. I've got a metal shield I'm doing up. I'm going to say I'm building a helmet, which is a tutorial. That's the project, and then I'm having all of that inside the van. I'm going to do the interior up to have some vintage sort of looking bits in it, including the table, which we'll be able to put in and out, will be round and painted up to look like a Captain America shield.
That is really cool.
And I'm replacing the VW sign on the front with a silver star, and then doing silver lines going across the front round to the back.
You need to put work in progress pictures of this as well.
I will do. I only just got the spoiler just before the podcast started.
I want one. If it works, I want one.
But it's a blue van, and it's like the nicest blue you can get, and it's got aircon and everything. And next year I'll be travelling across Europe in the Captain America camper van.
Okay.
Which should be quite fun.
You should do something so that if people see you, they have to post a picture of the van or something.
Oh no!
I was saying
I'm going to drive it with a Captain America helmet on at all times.
I was saying this. I was saying what he needs to do is he needs to set a camera on the front, facing himself, and then he needs another camera facing at everybody who's looking at him.
I'm waiting for the reaction cam where it's like you've been pulled over by the police and you've got your Captain America helmet on and you're going.
Hot smash. I will be bringing it to. It won't be done in time. It won't be complete by October, but I will be bringing it to October to be able to transport Groot. But then next May it will be finished, and I'll be bringing my costume down in the Captain America van.
Awesome.
Yay!
Probably at some point probably put outside of the event and just hang out with my van there.
That sounds cool. Well, you've obviously heard what I was talking about at Manchester about I want to build that dragon.
Yeah.
I really do want to build that dragon now. I've even got all the plans set up for it now. It's just finding the time for it now with this new job.
So you can have it done for October?
Not for October, maybe May next year. I should have it done for. But then I've got to find a way of getting it all down there.
Lex, I hear someone's got a van.
Lex, give me an hand, pal.
I've got my own one in the business one, so.
How much do you charge?
1 million cosplays.
1 million cosplays.
No, I think I'm happy with my Skoda. My Skoda's got good boot space. Nice big back seat. Not in that, like, you know, it stores a lot, what I meant.
Mm.
Carry a lot in it.
Obviously, you all know that
I
I'm
just thought, I want to go travelling, I won't be able to travel in a Mini.
It's not going to happen comfortably, is it? Me, I could probably travel in it.
Wouldn't it?
Right,
I'm not a cyclist, so...
If I do the van up right, I can probably sell it for double the amount.
Yeah,
These
fair
things
point.
are going up in value so much, it's ridiculous.
I mean, they're going up in value, and it's going to be a Captain America van. What more do you want?
Hell yeah.
I would want to keep it. All that love and effort.
I'm going to keep it for a while, I'm going to keep it forever. Because if I can sell it for double, buy myself a nice sports car, and then do that as a Captain America sports car.
And then just by the end of it, buying Lamborghinis all over the place.
Well, it's either I do it as a Captain America one, or I try and do some vinyls to make it look a bit like the ship from Guardians of the Galaxy. But that's a lot harder to do. So,
having savings. Take my money. Take it.
I think in the bank I've got about 50p in the toffees.
Well, I got paid today, and even I'm a little bit worried with the amount I've got.
I'm going to start buying stuff for my Star Wars cosplays.
Oh, let's talk about that for a minute. How expensive is it? Jeez. I think. Can I just want to show you my postman came today.
Right,
I can't turn the cameras frozen.
I can't. Yeah, your camera's just frozen actually.
Before
Turn it off and on again.
You tried turning it off and on again.
Let me try turning it off and on again.
People, what a bunch of bastards.
We can see it.
Yeah, but I don't think they. No, that's it.
We're just getting the picture of Ginger Snapper's Harley Quinn with the voice symbol around it.
I'm not getting anything.
Okay, what have we done then? It's because my
I don't think it's
chair.
I don't think it's you. I just think it might be just the connection.
Do that.
Let me try refreshing. I'll be back in a sec.
And then put it back on.
Let's try that.
Oh, there we go. Yay, back.
Can I point out before she shows you all of this stuff?
Yeah.
She missed the postman yesterday. So
Hey, his
there was a little, one of the little notes saying, "Oh, you've got stuff to pick up." Instead of saying how many packages there were to pick up, he just simply wrote loads.
Lots.
This is what my postman dropped off. There's a few things for me to open today. That's just
A
like
few things.
So hopefully Gamora will be started and possibly finished in I think I've got everything here that I need. So
See, I've got some 3D prints coming, and include some metal bits from the Captain America helmet. I'm trying to make it as accurate as I can, which is going to cost. But there's, for example, on the chin strap, there's a strap coming from the back. There's two straps coming from the ears, and then there's one on the there. Now there's 2 points here and here, which have metal clips, and nobody makes them. And those bits join all three. So I decided, screw it, I'll try and 3D print it.
That's why most people get into cosplay, isn't it? There isn't stuff that they want, so they end up making it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
I did get an email saying that it had been rejected, so I need to fix it before it gets sent.
I mean, I might be able to help out with those metal straps. It's probably only about a 10-minute job. It depends how thick they are. It's only some metal sheeting, isn't it?
Lex.
I think we've lost Lex. Lex down.
Sorry, I'm back.
He's back.
So what was that?
Anyway, just literally thought, oh, stop it.
I was just saying that I could probably make, like, depending on how thick the metal straps, the metal bits are, I reckon I could make them up in no time. It's only
They are
cutting some
this
sheet
big.
metal.
They are that big.
Yeah.
And they have to be thick and with. They're all sort of 3D, so they're not just. And I'm printing them with spikes on that hold the straps in place, so you can just undo it, take the straps out. It wouldn't be able to do it on a machine. I'm having to do it with 3D printing, but I'm a CAD. I do CAD modeling a lot, so I'm using my skills there.
Yeah, yeah. I've not done CAD in a couple of months. Not anything intricate anyway.
My dad used to sell AutoCAD.
Can anyone else
Just a-
remember when 3D printing was only a thing on Resident Evil, the game? No? Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
I remember something.
I
I've
think
never played Resident Evil.
it was in.
Oh,
Stop.
Dave just
It's not my kind. It's not my kind of game. It's not my kind of game. I don't play. I don't play that type of thing.
I think it was in Code Veronica though. You had to get these like discs and put it in a machine. Get over it. Let it go. Let it go. You got these discs and you had to put it in this machine and it printed something that you put somewhere else. Narrowed it down. Let's explain that well.
Put the thing with the thing,
and then it did a thing for you to do the thing.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that actually. Now, yeah, it's been a long time since I played any Resident Evil game. It must go to prove.
It was in the same building that you had to get rid of all your weapons to go in. I can't remember where. You had to get rid of all your weapons because there was a metal scanner or something before you went in.
you had to hide them, or you had to put them on.
And then as you come out again, all the windows start smashing with all the zombies and stuff.
And you go.
Yeah.
And then you got all your stuff. I'm going to have to play that now.
I can't remember which Resident Evil it is actually.
I'm sure it's Code Veronica.
You're not Zero.
No.
It could have been Zero actually. It could have been.
One thing actually
Oh,
about the GameCube Resident Evils earlier, but the tangent again. I think I quite liked the GameCube because I was playing it and it was like a remake and there was nothing new, and then all of a sudden the zombie started running. The first time I'd seen a zombie run.
I liked the remake of the first one, but then I remember going to play the second remake, and it was just exactly the same game with exactly the same graphics. And after they'd done up the first one, I was like, oh, still cool, nostalgia and everything. Still shitting myself, and Leon box hands.
I think one thing we have to say,
Let's split up and look for survivors.
Lex,
All right, this is what I was talking about. Here you go.
if you've never played it.
Oh wait. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he split it over to his screen now.
So like that, and so these sections here connect together to make two sides of the connector. But if you look on the back, it's got these spikes on it which hold these straps in place.
Yeah, I can see what you mean now.
I'm hoping it works. I'm having it printed in steel, which should keep it.
Printed in steel.
Yeah.
You can print in steel. I
can print in steel. I can have printed in steel, gold, silver, bronze.
How can you?
ceramic.
Oh, I'm guessing that you melt it and it like gets printed via a melting method.
Layer by layer in powder. I don't do it here, but I've got a company who I've used a lot for in work who are happy.
Well, you learn something new every day. I never knew that you could print in steel.
Okay, you can print in gold. Now, guess how much a kilo bag of gold weighs for 3D printing? 35 grand.
What?
For 1 kilo of powdered gold.
I'll take 3.
I'm happy with 1. I don't use it. I've just heard this stuff, and it's there's facts of their stuff, and it's just crazy.
I want one for Christmas.
Although I'll probably use steel and silver, but if I ever need, I can 3D print myself some nice custom geeky jewellery if I wanted.
You could. The geekiest engagement ring ever, couldn't you? Just get like
Well, we got talking about this the other day when we were going on. You went to a wedding, you two, if I remember rightly, and we were going on about the geekiest wedding ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see why not.
You want me to have my Spider-Man suit underneath what I get married in, so that on the wedding photos we can rip
Yeah,
it open.
Ah,
there's a picture going around the internet. And
Superman and everything like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
See, do you know what I want to do if I ever get married? If I ever get married, I'm building an Iron Man suit and I'm painting it black and I'm painting it to look like it's got a tuxedo.
You have to
So
wear
it'll
a
be
top hat.
a,
You have to put
it'll
on
be
a
a
top
black
hat
and white.
perched on the helmet.
It'll be a black and white Iron Man suit with a bow tie.
You're gonna need to marry a geek, dude.
Yeah.
I know.
Damn it.
I need to get a girlfriend first.
Well, I think
Semantics. It just doesn't matter. We'll sort that out.
our challenge for October: get Vex a girlfriend.
Walk around saying I am Groot, it'll be fine. Seriously.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we were saying that if we did our own vows for our wedding, that we'd just like quote loads of stuff from superhero movies, and like you'd be able to tell the geeks from the norms, because all the geeks would be crying at the words we're saying, and all the normal people would just be going, what?
With
What?
great
What are you going on
power
about?
Like,
comes great
like,
responsibility.
first time I met you, it was like I'd reached the unreachable. Like, all the geeks pushing each other, going, "Oh, Spider-Man quotes!" And everyone else like,
And then everybody else would be like, "What the fucking are these two going on about?"
But then you could have have a bingo card on the wedding stuff. Because let's face it, weddings are just boring, aren't they?
Yeah.
You'd have like a card on it with all the different names of the comics or the films that stuff's from. So when people think that they know what it's from, they can cross it off. It would be
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Crossing it off. That's
And
actually really good.
Just be like bingo in the middle of the.
It's like
Yeah, in the middle of the ceremony, just somebody gets off and is like, "Bingo! Bingo!
Yes!
No. Instead of bingo, they have to shout Excelsior.
Excelsior!"
Walking triumphantly up to us and going, "I think you'll find that as completed."
Right. Back to MCM though. On all this lines of all this theatric stuff, we're entering the masquerade
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
as the
Yeah,
guy.
usually
As
Under the
guys.
group made costumes, but as a group.
Doing it.
And I have had an idea, which I've told Leia, which you should tell, which we shouldn't say here, which would be quite good.
I'll just have to message you later and find out all about this one then.
And it would work with the
Does it involve me standing there and going,
Yes, you can do that. We'll talk about it after. We'll talk about it when we start streaming.
we shall
Yeah.
discuss this later?
I
Which,
might
by the
cut-
way, we're
cut
hitting
off
almost
this
an hour
stream
now.
about
We should
10
probably wrap it up soon.
Yeah, we have gone on for this is a half an hour podcast. No, it's not. It's an hour.
Did we talk about cosplay?
Yes, we have for about
Yes.
10 minutes. This is the Cosplay Collective. We sometimes talk about cosplay.
Occasionally, when we see fit.
When we see we need to. But it sounds like you've got some real good ideas for this year anyway, and it sounds like it's going to be an interesting October.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess you'll
For the
have to
weekend.
see.
Yeah, brief for the weekend. Can't remember what my Joker all depends. I'm thinking having actually seen a version of the mask that comes with the hardback, it's not as impressive as I once thought, so I'm gonna have to modify it or make my own.
Wait, you're not making the Joker with the skin that's been cut off?
The rip off, the 52.
New
Because
52.
I know how to make one of those.
Hello there, Harley.
Talk to you about it.
Me and you are best friends.
Hello there, Harley.
I'm the Joker.
I'm the Joker. Yeah.
I know.
Awesome.
Yeah, the new 52.
We've been talking about entering the masquerade as Harley and Joker, and like when she's doing her Harley and I'm doing my Joker, it's a bit. Neighbours must think we're mental.
Yeah, when we're practicing the voices and stuff, my flatmate, like when I first started practicing the voice, my flatmate didn't know that I cosplayed.
No.
Oh.
What you should do is also get a Heath Ledger one and just get him to go, well, hello there, beautiful.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I'm a dog chasing cars.
Do you know what? Lex, you know that the Sea Nana's costume? I would love to cosplay that now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am just gonna walk around going. Actually, I am tempted to sometime go around as a weird Joker with a Mickey Mouse costume on.
Yeah, but the
Hey
thing
there, Renee!
cosplay, you can do make it up. That'd be quite freaky as well,
Can
actually.
you imagine that though? If a child came up to you from behind,
Mickey! just
around and go,
like, hey.
Why
turn around and go,
have a picture?
oh, hi!
Oh, who the fuck I am?
I will admit, I am tempted at times to, when I'm in Groot, everyone's going to expect me just to go around and say, I'm Groot. I'm tempted to just turn to people and go, I can smell you.
I can smell you.
And then just do random impressions through the day and do like Christopher Walken and Mickey Mouse and Kermit the Frog.
Can you actually
Christopher Walken.
Can you do Christopher
I
Walken?
am Groot.
I'm Christopher Walken and I play video games.
I'm Christopher Walken.
do it in all different. Just do I am Groot, but in different accent.
I am.
I am Groot. Hey, I am
Oh
Groot.
my days! Dudes, just before we finish this, I would like to tell everyone about a little game we call Shatner.
Ah.
Oh!
Right, Shatner, come on, please tell me what it is. I don't know this one.
Yes,
Lex, you played Shatner.
I love Shatner.
We play
Yes.
it regularly.
We will be playing it as the Guardian.
I brought the house.
I have limited motion.
with it.
I'll try.
Okay, Damo, what it is, and for those that don't know what Shatner is, you'd be
Right.
going about your daily business, you'd be in Tesco's, you'd be scratching nose, whatever's happening. and
We've
all
been
of a
kicked out of
sudden-
Tesco for playing this.
And a shopping centre.
And the
then-
shopping centre.
And then someone would just drop the word into the day. That would then mean that the person that has been shatnered, so in this case, would then have to overact.
Why have you called Shatner as I'm walking around here? Come!
No, I should just go. I should just walk out in my Groot costume, going, "I
I am William Shatner.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Groot!
You.
So yeah, that's gonna have to be done.
Yeah.
Probably
I think that's-
in Masquerade. Someone's gonna just.
Oh, don't, no, not during the masquerade. That's, I'm making enough of
Just
myself.
Just
at the
suddenly, just like Shatner.
We need to talk about the masquerade. Let's wrap this up, shall we?
Yeah, wrap it up with Masquerade. It's cosplay based at the end.
Shout the word cosplay.
Ah, my headphones.
Okay then. So I guess
On that
it's the end of
note-
the first podcast.
Yeah, it sounds like it. We've done well. We've lost a bit of recording, and we haven't talked about cosplay that much. But it doesn't matter. This is our first official podcast. Sorry, what was that, Dave?
We've mentioned the word, and a few people came, a few people went. We've shared a few laughs.
Yeah, well,
Emotional.
next time we will definitely be having it. Will be recorded properly. We'll make sure that it gets announced a lot earlier during the week, and we'll be pushing it. I'm going to push it as much as I can to get as many people here. And I've got to find a way of making sure that this is a private chat between us
Yes.
three, with some way of getting rid of excess people that come in. But it wasn't too bad.
We'll work it out.
We'll work it out. But yeah, that's our first cosplay collective. Yay!
Good time.
Good times.
Yeah,
But,
classic San Diego.
But yeah, it's been nice chatting, and we'll sort something out for either this week coming, and we'll do it every 2 weeks from this week coming up, or we'll do it from week after, like every 2 weeks, and we'll see how good it gets. The more we get, more people we get watching it, we might do it more regularly.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's been nice chatting, everyone, and I'll probably catch you sometime.
Like to say I am Groot.
Groot.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
Let's just do that for the next 20 minutes.
You could have got away once you mentioned that you were doing that as your cosplay. Every single time someone asks you a question, just I am Groot.
No,
I am
when I
Groot.
get the heads mounted on a helmet and the electronics in it. I'm just going to sit on one podcast with the helmet on, with it just there, the helmet routine, and just going to look at everyone and go, I am
I am Groot. If you get a Pikachu at the convention, you'll just have to get this Pikachu to be like, Pikachu, I am Groot. Pikachu, I am Groot.
Hodor.
Hodor. Hodor, I am
Have you
Groot.
seen that picture?
Hodor.
Have you seen that picture?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
And then have a
I am Groot.
conversation.
Hodor. I am Groot. Hodor. Brilliant. I'll find it. I'll post it.
It's top notch. We'll have to post that onto the Facebook page
Yeah,
for
we
people
will.
who haven't seen it. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining. Thank you to everybody that's in the podcast. Woo!
Thank you for
But
that.
yeah, we'll sort something out for next week hopefully, and we'll have another podcast in another week's time. Cheers, everyone!
Bye.
Bye.